Hello, welcome back to Rana. My name is Beast. Today we're back with more Clover days. Immediate fucking warning. At the very least, the lights and my fan. I've turned it off at this point, but I had it on earlier, and at least at two different points in time, both the lights in the room and the fan just spontaneously turned off. So who knows? Maybe there's a power outage coming. So if this fucking video suddenly cuts out, you know why. I mean, if it cuts out, you probably won't even fucking see this thing. So, so much for that. Anyways, let's just get into it. The after-school clamor begins as we prepare to go home, and Torokichi immediately runs over from his class in a good mood.
Yeah! 今日駅前付き合うてくれんか? 台本の資料集めたいね。
Oh, I'm already getting to it, huh? Sure, I'll be glad to help.
おいよ! 泉にも煽られたしな。ぐんぬんの言わしたろ思って。
聞こえてるわよ。
おっと、これは失礼。
まあ、あんまり期待してないけど、教会主催なんだから、あんたのお下劣品性丸出しの脚本とかやめなさいよね。おならぷーとか。
このまま言わしとけば。
自分で言ってたら世話ないし。まあまあ、泉ちゃんその辺で。早く行かないとセール終わっちゃうよ。もっとそうだった。
Are you two going somewhere?
ちょっと買い出しに。ついてきたら死なすわよ。
行くかアホ。ワイらも忙しねん。
男二人でなんかやらしい。気ましなの。
Oh no. Why does this girl never miss an opportunity to make those sorts of jokes? I'm not gay.
ワイかてそうやで。つうかなんで女二人は怪しなくて、男二人だと怪しいんや。おかしいやろ。
関係を隠すほど燃え上がるのはよくあるパターンですから。私、王道は嫌いじゃないです。
Please don't blush while saying that. Turning the fan back on, actually.
ワイは帰るで。こんなホモホモしいところにおられるか。
それフラグですね。うほ。
Quit it, will you?
じゃ、軽くネタもこなしたことやし、行こうか。
Yeah, see you guys tomorrow.
さようなら。またね。
On the way to the bookstore, the topic of conversation was, unsurprisingly, the play. Performance is in July, and it's now the middle of April. We'll have 2 weeks that we can't practice due to midterms, which doesn't leave us with much time. Since we're on a tight schedule, we'll want to start practicing as soon as possible. Torokichi will be handling the application to the school, and I don't foresee him having any issues with that.
よし、あとは脚本やな。ユウはどんな話がいいと思う?
There are a lot of girls acting, so heartwarming romance or something would be the surefire bet. Remember that thing we did a while back where Tsubame was the princess? Something like that.
せやな。ヒカルとワンズは芝居初めてやし、あまり凝ったことせんと分かりやすくいこうか。
Yeah, then there's the fact that the church is holding the event, so we probably want the story to be Western themed.
せやな。
Right. And nothing vulgar.
やかまし。ワイかで TPO くらいわきまえるわ。
He thwacks me.
主催を考えるとお客さんは子供からお年寄りまで老若男女おるやろな。
Yeah, probably. I always see a diverse crowd when I go to mass.
なら血ドバーッとか生々しい愛憎劇とかはあかんな。ちょっとコメディ入れとこうか。子供もおるならロマンスばっかやと退屈やろ。
Having volunteered as director, he's clearly putting a lot of thought into this. He may act like a clown often, but when push comes to shove, he can get the stuff done.
ほな、これとこれとこの辺でええか。待たせたな。
I just misread King's East as King's Eat. Like, yeah, they do. They human. Oh, good. It feels nice to be back into acting.
昔を思い出すな。
Yeah. We're at the bookstore by the station. Having selected some books for reference, we're now headed to the register to pay.
お、ユウ、こっちやこっち。
What is it?
ええからええから。
Where does he take me exactly? The, not for kids section. Teach? Am I not supposed to be here?
いやいやいや、先生も好きやろ。
Mean it ain't bad. I unconsciously slip into a fake Kansai accent.
最近は動画がメイン中が、わいは本も捨てがたいと思うんや。捨ててやったエロ本を初めて見た日を思い出さんか。
Yeah, first step into the world of adults. That pornographic magazine. Was a magazine we found discarded on the sidewalk. No doubt that event was the initial catalyst that allowed us to discover our sexuality. I still nostalgically remember checking out that magazine in our secret hideout.
わいはやっぱこの辺が好みやわ。大人のボディたまらんな。
Oh boy. You always did like older women, didn't you?
おうよ、働くお姉さん系はやっぱたまらんわ。
I don't want to have someone I taste Torakichi. Change your tastes, Torakichi.
で、先生はどうよ。やっぱこの辺好みやろ。
Flips to page a picture of a slightly modest-looking girl with larger breasts. Photographer did a fantastic job of capturing the plumpness of her thighs, and needless to say, her tits still. You sure know what I like, Torakichi, my man.
わからいでか。つうか、この子なんかツバメに似とらんか？
Indeed, with the droopy eyes and big breasts, her soft, curvaceous body looks absolutely delectable.
ダメ、ユウくん。見んといて。いやいや、そんなおっぱい揉んだら。
Ah shit, I'm gonna get a hard on if I start fantasizing about this. Torakichi, my friend, I believe it's time we stop this. Standing here reading this stuff in our school uniforms might not be the best idea.
おっと、せやな。スケベは引き際が肝心や。
So the topic of discussion on the way back was, of course, to play again. We talked on and on, so absorbed into the conversation that we didn't realize it was time to go our separate ways until we got there.
ああ、せや。舞台の本あるけど、家寄ってくか？参考になると思うで。
Sure, might as well.
ああ、そういや、ツバメに貸したままやった。せっかくや、ちょっと上がっていき。
Sure.
おーい、入るで。
My instincts are kicking in.
どうしたツバメ？
Yo, K Tsubame, he says. It's fine enough.
ユウくん。
It seems we caught her as she was in the middle of changing. She looks at us with shock in this compromised position. Damn, this is a real nice changing scene. I witnessed Tsubame changing clothes.
ああ。
She's usually the type of girl who dresses modestly, but damn that underwear, it's too sexy. It's sexy, too sexy. As Tsubame herself admitted, she does seem to dress to impress when she goes out, at least when it comes to her undergarments.
ユウくんが見とる。見とる。あかんよ、ユウくん。
Man, that's so big too. We really doing this with not even 10 minutes into the video? Huh? Arms alone can't hide them. In fact, they're having the opposite effect. Our arms squish her boobs together, causing a sight that's all too sexy. And the lace bra she's wearing is the cherry on top.
そんなに見つめたら嫌や。
Those are panties, that sacred fabric. They're so thin and sexy. And being able to see them through the black tights she's wearing only makes it that much better. Not that much hotter. Then there's her thighs. Good God, those luscious thighs. Stop that. Come on.
見んといて。
Control thyself.
恥ずかしいうち。見んといて。
The way she's pulling her knees in and squirming around is a death sentence. God, just imagining burying my face in those boobs and thighs and rubbing against them. Last moment my thoughts turned horny, it was already too late. Ah, crap. So his eyes meet mine as I hunch over.
ユウくんのおっ
Yours are so big that mine decided to get big too.
そうなんや。
That was probably the most idiotic response possible if I do say so myself.
やっぱり硬いん？
Her eyes are laser focused on my crotch area. This is by far the last thing I expected her to do in this situation. Yeah, hard enough to polish diamonds.
そんな硬いんで来られたらうち
Oh
壊れ
boy,
てない
what
や
the fuck's going on? What are you imagining, Tsubame, my friend? Please don't do that to me. You're only making my pecker grow more and more. Actually, honest to God, the way she's holding herself as squirming is making it real hard for me to not jump her right this second.
普通はここキャーゆうくんのエッチお兄ちゃんのバカってなるとこやんな。
キャーゆうくんのエッチお兄ちゃんのバカ
I apologize, Tsubame! We end up acting out some famous anime starring a robot cat.
おいさっき言うとった本や。
Thanks. Take the book nonchalantly, but my heart's still pounding away. Was the scene amazing enough to earn the top spot on my personal horny experiences list?
それよりも先生ずいぶんうちの妹をガン見してくれたの。責任取りや。
I mean, any guy would have a hard time not staring at a situation like that.
まあ兄ちゃんの俺から見ても綺麗になったと思うわ。そんだけにな変な男には引っかからんといてほしいね。あいつ実際モテモテちゃんやしな。
I have no response to his comments as their brother. He's right about Tsubame's popularity among guys. Lately, it's settled down to about one love letter a week. She consciously meets with them to turn them down. Conscientiously meets with them to turn them down, and either Torakichi and I always secretly go to observe. She's turned everyone down so far, but one day she'll find that special someone and enter a relationship with them. When I think of that, my chest stings.
どうした？
Oh, nothing. I was just agreeing with you in my mind. I suspect that this feeling isn't loneliness. It's jealousy, then. It'd certainly be weird. It's not like she and I are a thing.
ま、ユウがもろてくれたらワイも安心なんやけどな。じゃ、気をつけて帰れよ。
Yeah, I'll catch you later. Me dating Tsubame. I'll admit the thought has crossed my mind. She's good-natured and I feel comfortable around her, so it wouldn't be a bad option. Even as someone who's known her since she was a kid, I can't deny that she's beautiful and has a super sexy body. Yeah, we get it. Man, just think back to that heavenly sight. Talk about the stuff of dreams. Ah! That snapped me out of what snaps me out of Fantasyland is a text from none other than Tsubame herself. Damn, that kind of only excites me more.
ゆうくんほんま今日のは思い出したらあかんよ。忘れて
She can plead with me all she wants, but it's gonna be hard to forget about a sight as stimulating as that. Either way, go ahead and text back. I'll try my best. That night.
ゆうくん来て
She even appeared in my dreams. Actually, why are you trying to seduce me, Tsubame?
あかんよゆうくんいややそんなとこいじめたら嫌や
The next morning, I had to secretly wash my boxes for the first time in a while. I still don't get like tropes like that. Later that morning, I leave for school with my sisters. I had to walk in a bit where I went into Tsubame waiting at the same crossroads as always.
おはよ
Upon seeing her face, visions of last night's secret wet dream flashed through my mind. Morning! You're a little bit late today! Stumbled over my words out of nervousness.
今日は練習お休みになったからなんだけど顔真っ赤にしてどうしもう昨日のことは思い出したらあかん言うたやん
Tsubame blushes too, probably recalling it herself. It's just way too hard to forget. Impossible, I dare say. No healthy adolescent male would be capable of forgetting such a glorious sight. I want to see those breasts I was massaging in my dreams up close and personal, but I can't. Why is it so hard being a guy?
も に顔真っ赤にしてもうて、夢にでも出たん？
Maybe. Only after the fact do I realize how much of a mistake that was.
夢の中で何したん？
Things, you know. I can't say. There's so many unspeakable things that have a voluptuous body of hers.
今ここで言えんようなことしたんや。
No comment.
ゆうくんのエッチ。
When our eyes meet, we both look away. I realized I was averting our eyes from her and decided to look back, curious.
いやいやいや、なんだかとってもハレンチムードです。インモラルな香りがします。
ゆうとさん、昨日お二人に何があったかをはっきりおっしゃってください。1秒で。
No comment.
言わないとこの方が避けるまで引っ張り回しますよ。
She's already pulling my cheeks, and I answered in a second too. How fair and unfair can my dear little sister be? Ow, 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 stop it, please, oh, beautiful sister of mine! Itch.
そんなこと言ってもやめてあげます。
It's so cute how easy it is to manage Andri. She's my wonderful little sister, and I love her so.
ああ、そういえば、トラキキさんはどうしたんですか？ああ、私が出てくる時には、まだ寝てたよ。お兄ちゃんは遅くまで台本書いてたみたい。ギリギリまで起こしたんだけどね。もうあとはお母さんに任せてきちゃった。
So Tragichi's the reason there's no practice. Well, yeah, he and I were talking yesterday, and we agreed that it'd be wise to start practicing as soon as possible.
そうだね。のんびりしている時間はないと思う。
演劇部の朝練ってどんなことをするんですか？
主に発声練習や体力作りのランニング、筋トレとかかな。
私にできるでしょうか？
大丈夫だよ。練習すればみんなちゃんとできるようになるからね。
はい。
Tsubame pets Anzo on the head to allay her fears. These two get along so well that I occasionally look at them and think they're real sisters. Incidentally, my other dear sister, Andri, aka the big girl of the two, refused to let Tsubame treat us that way. We can't practice any of the actual acting till the script's done, so for now we'll just work on the fundamentals.
後で先生の許可取りに行こうか。
Yeah?
私も頑張ります。もう、私は舞台に出ませんが、興味はありますので、お付き合いします。
No, let's give it our best effort. Andri sounds a bit lonely, so I pet her head.
いや、だから頭を撫でないでくださいといつも言っているではありませんか。ゆう、私にもなでなでして。
Oh, Hekiru, hello to you.
ゆう、ヘキルをなでなでなんてしたらひどいからね。
And hello to you too, Hikaru. Glad to see you're still as protective as ever.
みんなおはよう。
Damn, everyone's coalescing.
おはよう。泉ちゃんがこの時間に来るなんて珍しいね。今日はちょっとバイトの上がりが遅くなっちゃって。
そうなのですか。でも今日は久々に皆さんと一緒で賑やかですね。
うん。みんな一緒に登校できて嬉しい。
We're all busy with various things, so I never thought we'd all get to walk to school together again. Really does feel nice. It's like we're back to those days from 10 years ago. It's been a while since we were all together as a group.
ちょい待ってな。みんなのアイドルトラ吉くんを忘れとるで。
誰？
ひどっ。
But it really is rare for the old childhood group, childhood friend gang to get together. It hasn't happened since Hekiru and Hikaru left all those years ago. Oh, actually, with everyone here, there's a good opportunity. Can I say something, guys? Torakichi and I proceeded to tell everyone about practice. Everyone agreed, though Izumi would only come when she was off work.
というわけで早速今日から練習したいんですわ。
いいんじゃないかな。ちょうど体育館空いてたみたいだから押さえとくね。
お願いします。
にしてももうダメかなって思ってたけど、なんとかなっちゃうもんだね。ゆうちゃん、これからも演劇部をよろしくお願いね。
Yep, do my best.
師匠、そこはワイを励ますところちゃいますか？
Now we've got permission from Austin too. We can devote all our energy towards practice.
全員集まったかな？はい、隊長殿。それを言うなら部長では。もうあんずちゃんは可愛いな。
Everyone from our impromptu theatrical troupe is lined up in their gym clothes. We sure lucked out that the gym was free to use today. Usually there's always some other club using it.
ドラ吉と泉はどうしたんだい？
Torakichi is in the library finishing the script. Izumi is sitting out today because of work.
なるほどね。じゃあ早速トレーニングを始めようか。はい、燕先生質問です。何でしょう？トレーニングってどんなことをするんですか？まずはランニングかな。体力づくりの基本です。芝居は舞台の上をよく動くからすぐ息切れしていては始まりません。ぜいぜいしながらセリフなんて言えないでしょ。確かに。それから腹筋や背筋といった筋トレもやります。きちんとした発声には腹筋背筋が不可欠です。発声練習する頃には理由がわかると思うよ。頑張ります。きちんとやったらかなりの運動量になるから痩せるよ。
Is that why you stay thin despite your massive appetite?
ゆうくんどこ見たん？
She glares at me for staring at her stomach, so I quickly avert my eyes. Alright, is everyone ready to get started?
じゃあ始める前に聞いておきたいんだけど、日頃から何か運動してる人はいるかな？特にはしてないですね。同じく。私も毎日ストレッチしてるくらいかな。
I haven't been exercising either lately.
じゃあ一度体をお目覚めさせないとね。お目覚め？ちょっとペース上げて一度息切れするまで走るの。とりあえず準備運動ね。それが終わったら体育館10周。最初はちょっときついかもしれないけど頑張ろうね。
After the warm-up, Tsubame leads to our impromptu theater group around the gym. Our pace is pretty fast for a run, just a bit below sprinting levels. Akiro and Anri are just dead. Even as a guy, I'm panting pretty hard, but Tsubame doesn't even look remotely short of breath. Running regularly pays off, I guess. Hector really somnus.
ブランクがあってもちゃんとついてこれるゆうくんもすごいよ。
Thanks for the compliment. Look behind me to see Anzu and Hikaru running side by side. They're breathing fairly heavily, but I can tell they're putting in all their effort to keep up.
いい調子いい調子。あと2周。スパート行くよ。
Tsubame ups the pace and starts running at full speed. I'm a little out of breath, but chase after.
ダメ。もうダメ。
Thankfully, those two are the backstage crew. Hekiru and Anri are running like zombies, unable to match the increased pace. It's gotten to the point of wheezing and dragging their feet in a desperate attempt to keep up. Anzu and Hikaru are both struggling a fair bit. There seems to be a strange sense of rivalry between them as they compete to beat the other.
ゴール
Tsubame passes the goal comfortably and next is me. A little while later, Hikaru and Anzu finish. They both lean over, hands on their knees, and start gasping for air. Their faces are drenched in sweat. Honestly, the way their hair sticks to their skin because of it is kind of sexy.
もう少しだよ頑張って
Last but not least are Hekiru and Amiri. They're so exhausted that they simply fall to the floor and spread out their limbs.
あらあら皆さんお疲れ様でしたこんなに走ったの久しぶりです君らはどうしてそんな平気な顔なんだい私は日頃からランニングしてるからね
I'm actually pretty out of breath myself. I ran a lot back when I did theater though, so maybe I'm still in decent shape because of that.
ダメ動けない二人ともおかしいですよまあ普段運動してなかったら誰でもそうなるよでも一度息切れするまで走ったから次からびっくりするくらい楽になるよ
Mama smiles, but only shakes her head in defiance.
私は頭脳労働の方が合ってますのでトレーニングはもう遠慮します私も
Well, you two aren't getting on stage, so I guess that's fine.
次はもうちょっと楽になるんですよねうんきっとびっくりするよやれやれ役者というものは少し見くびっていたよ
It's almost at the level of a sport, really. Oh, by the way, guess who almost barely got any sleep? I did get some sleep because I just laid back down for a nap at like 3 p.m. But guess who almost didn't get any sleep because he caught up all the way with with Undead Unluck. I caught up all the way with the manga and Jesus Christ, Fuku is supposed to be the normal one, but she just kind of becomes unhinged as well after a certain point. Well, can't really blame her considering, you know, shit that happens. Like, it's another case of like you start out reading the manga and just kind of like, oh, it's a fun way to waste time, essentially, quote unquote. And then after a while, you're just sit there like you can't fucking put it down and just continue reading. That shit's really good. When was the last time I had a situation like that? Shangri-La Frontier, I think. Or? Nah, not that. I feel like it was something else. Hold on. Lesezeichen, no Mangas. When's the last time I had a situation like that? Actually, I think the last one might have actually been Shangri-La Frontier. I think there was another one where it's just, it starts out as it's kind of okay, so you just read it to waste time, and then by the end it's just like, why can't I fucking put this down? So there should be another one I've read. Oh well. Might just be going insane again. Not that it matters.
じゃあみんな少し休んでて。私もうちょっと温めてくるから。まだ走るんですか？お兄ちゃんと二人の時はもうちょっとやってるの。いつも通りやらないとなんだか気持ち悪くて。化け物だ。
I'll never join you.
無理しなくていいんだよ。
I'll be fine. I've been away from acting for a while, so I want to hurry up and get back in shape. I think I'm just really excited to be back, to be honest.
そっか。じゃあ一緒に走ろ。
Yeah. Run around the gym at the leisurely jogging pace. This really brings back memories.
ゆうくんと最後に走ったのだいぶ前だもんね。
Really has. Shame though, I was faster than you back then.
継続は力なりだよ。
Apparently. After running a few more laps, I started smelling a sweet flowery scent from Tsubame, which I assume is because she started sweating more. Never bothered me in the past, but why does it get me so worked up now? Why did things change? Tsubame has been one of my best friends for ages. Did I start to become conscious of her femininity recently, relatively recently, or many years back? I can recall exactly when her breasts started growing, at least. Yeah, they bounce and jiggle as she runs. Or not.
こら、ゆうくんどこ見たん？
Question, Tsubame, why do your breasts not jiggle?
ゆうくん、そないなことうち以外に聞いたら発倒されるで。
But I have to know since I'm curious. I raised my tone to try and speak like a little boy.
もう、高倉くんは仕方のない子ですね。
Oh, Tsubame senses entered adult mode. As a sexually conscious young boy, I'm very curious to hear what she says
ス
next.
ポーツブラをしているからよ。揺れないようにしっかりサポートしてくれるの。
Her answer dashes my hopes and dreams, god damn it. Curse these sports bras, how dare they trample upon the hopes and dreams of all men across the world.
そうは言うけどね、高倉くん。普通のブラで走ったりしたら、女の子は胸が痛いのよ。女の子のお胸にはクーパー靭帯というのがあってね。これがおっぱいを上向きに支えてるの。
Since it is very educational, I listen intently as she explains one of the many mysteries of the female body.
それはね、一度切れたり伸びたりしたら、もう元に戻らないら
Saggy
しいの。
breasts.
するとどうなるか、わかる？
What does it mean?
垂れてしまうのよ。高倉くんは先生の垂れたおっぱい見たい？
I was wrong, Sensei. The sports bra is the greatest invention of mankind.
しょうもない小芝居させてもう。
I love the fact that she'll act along with me when it comes to just about anything. As a result, I've been rewarded with detailed knowledge about one of the many mysteries of the female body.
最低ですね、ゆうとさん。死んでください。とりあえず君にミスターゲス野郎の称号を送りたいと思うんだが。
However, it also earned me the ire of some of the other girls. Alright, see you later.
はい。気合十分ですね。
Absolutely. Knowing I'm gonna be able to act again has me in a good mood.
応援しています。公演は私も見に行きますから、アンズ様もアンリ様も頑張ってくださいね。はい、頑
張ります。陰ながら二人を支えたいと思います。
We're all pumped for first morning practice session today, with the weather being sunny as hell. As well, we're in high spirits.
はあ、来た来た。おはよう。あ、おはよう。おはようございます。
Tsubame and Izumi are waiting for us at the usual crossroad. Izumi has the day off work, so she's joining us. Hello, you're both early. Wait, where's Torakichi?
台本書いて、夜更かしして。
Okay, I get the picture.
いつもすまないね。
Come on, Ma, you promised you wouldn't apologize all the time. I sign exasperation and hop in on her act. Well, writing a script is a massive undertaking. We should leave him alone until he's finished. What are you doing, Hikaru?
さっきヒカルちゃんからメールが来たよ。ヘキルちゃんが起きないから朝練はパスって。相変わらずヘキル主義者なのね。芝居舐めてんじゃないの？でも出てくれるだけでありがたいよ。まあわかるけどさ。
You can make up for lost time somehow.
無理やりにでも合わせてもらうわ。まったく。まあまあ、じゃあ学園行こっか。
We leave our bags in our respective classrooms and gather on the roof terrace. The area is reserved for our use in the mornings, making it the perfect spot for practice.
みんな体は大丈夫？ちょっと筋肉痛がしますけど、大丈夫です。私も平気ですよ。
So she says, but I've noticed that she's been a little wobbly on her feet this morning.
ちょっとごめんね。
Anri, she grips Anri's thighs and squeezes them.
あらら、筋肉パンパンになっちゃってるね。ふくらはぎもこんなに。
Every time Tsubame palpitates her legs, she shrieks out in agony. The noises she's emitting are so bizarre, you'd never imagine that a girl as calm as collected as Anri was making them.
みんなで軽くストレッチしてから始めよっか。アンリちゃんはツバメスペシャルが必要かな。
Oh, we're finally gonna get to see your secret technique in action.
何ですかその超必殺技っぽいのは。私ちょっとアンリちゃんにいいことしてくるから、みんなは各自ストレッチしててね。いいことって何ですか？
Alright, she's all yours, Tsubame.
大丈夫。痛いのは最初だけよ。すぐ気持ちよくなるからお姉さんに任せて。
Wave Anri goodbye as Tsubame drags her off to some dark, secluded location. There was a time when she was totally engrossed in shiatsu and massages. Izumi and I were her guinea pigs most of the time. She'd actually gotten quite good at it too.
いいんですか、兄さん。
Nah, she'll be fine.
あの子、凝ってる子見るとほっとけないのよね。ただならぬ悲鳴ですよ、兄さん。
I know, but she'll be fine, I promise. Give it a bit and she'll be moaning in pleasure.
一体何を。あらあら、こんなに硬くしちゃ
Oh, Lord.
いけない子。
Alright, let's get our stretches out of the way.
そうね。
And doing vocal exercises, you need to relax yourself first. There can be no tension in your body or tongue. Hence these stretches. A few minutes later, as I'm helping out with her stretches.
すごかった。
See what I tell you.
はい。いやー、もう筋肉さんが、ラメ、これ以上乳酸入らないのって悲鳴あげるくらい凝ってたよ。
There seems to be a strange glow to Tsubame's expression.
つばめさん、恥ずかしいです。恥ずかしがらなくていいのよ。これからは
Oh, Lord.
欲しくなったらいつでも来てね。はい。お姉様。
I feel some sort of Leslie energy radiating from her.
はいはい。小芝居はその辺にして練習しましょう。ああ、そうだね。じゃあ発声練習を始めるけど、ゆうくんと泉ちゃんには教えることないと思うし、自主練していいよ。
Actually, I've been gone so long, I think I need a review on the basics. Plus, I'm curious to see how you teach it.
私も気になるな。じゃあ一緒にやろうか。まずは腹式呼吸を身につけてもらいます。腹式呼吸？呼吸法には胸の筋肉で肋骨を広げて閉じることを繰り返す胸式呼吸と、横隔膜を上下させる腹式呼吸があります。
I remember when we first learned this in biology class, and teachers like, oh, by the way, funnily enough, the diaphragmatic breathing is very normal for like men to unconsciously do as they grow up, while the ribcage version, I'm not gonna fucking try to pronounce that. I did try, but it failed. Yeah, the ribcage one is more normal for girls to learn as they grow up, and my teacher was the teacher was like, so anyone want to guess why that is? And one kid in my class, funnily he was one of the popular kids, just raised his hand. She called him and he's like, it makes their tits look bigger. This was like a 6th grader. And the teacher's like 5th grader even, possibly. I don't even fucking remember. But yeah, the teacher's like, I mean, side effect, I guess, but no, it's because the diaphragmatic one makes your stomach bloat a little bit. And I just sat there, and while that was going on, I just sat there confused, like, I've always breathed in my chest. Like, after I heard this, I tried to breathe with the diaphragmatic breathing, and it just felt odd in the moment.
ふむふむ。女の子は胸式呼吸が身についてる子が多いから、まずは腹式呼吸を身につけましょう。吸うときは鼻で、吐くときは口で。そうそう、そんな感じ。何度か試してみて。うん、そのイメージを頭に入れたら、次は吐くことを先にしてみよっか。そうそう、上手。じゃあ最後にゆっくりと息を吐き出すイメージで。そうそう、10分くらい続けてやってみて。そうそう、悪い空気を追い出していい空気を体に取り込むイメージをしてみると整いやすいよ。
Funny story, when Todokichi and I were kids, we used to sit in the Zen meditation cross-legged position after we read this China martial arts manga called A Honing One's Spirit, and were inspired by it. I still have fond memories of that. After 10 minutes passed, Tsubame stops her.
はい、終了。 お疲れ様でした。どう？なんか体がすっきりしてきました。でしょ？呼吸が深くなって新鮮な空気を取り込めるからなんだって。へえ。集中力切れちゃった時とかリフレッシュしたい時にもいいよ。いいこと覚えました。
To look over and see Anri was only supposed to be observing, doing the diaphragmatic breathing too.
上手上手。腹式呼吸は誰でもできる健康法だから覚えておいて損はないと思うよ。はい。じゃあ体がほぐれたところで発声練習しよっか。
Alright, let's start the exercise. Ah! A wave of nostalgia hits me when I see what's written on the piece of paper Tsubame hands to Anzu. A Japanese syllabary by Kitahara Hakushu is one of the most basic methods of practicing pronunciation.
アメンボ赤いなあいうえお。
Tsubame reads it aloud with perfect articulation.
何回失敗してもいいんだよ。初めてなんだし、練習なんだし、恥ずかしいって思っちゃダメだよ。今ここであんずちゃんが失敗したって笑う人なんか誰もいないから。いたら私が怒ってあげる。つばめさん。はい、私頑張ります。うん。じゃあもう一回いくね。アメンボ赤いなあいうえお。アメンボ赤いなあいうえお。アメンボ赤いなあいうえお。浮きもに小エビも泳いでる。浮きもに小エビも泳いでる。
Anzu recites after Tsubame stumbling over her words.
立ちましょラッパで立ちつてと、とてとて立ったと飛び立った。そうそう、上手だねあんずちゃん。可愛い声だからきっと舞台でも映えるよ。本当ですか？ほんとほんと。じゃあ続けていくよ。なめくじのろのろなにぬねの。なめくじのろのろなにぬねの。
She's stammering, but I can tell she's trying her best. Tsubame's guidance must be really effective.
植木や井戸替えお祭りだ。植木や井戸替えお祭りだ。はい、よくできました。
That finishes one round.
あちこち噛んじゃいましたけど頑張って練習します。うんうん、その意気だよ。練習は嘘をつかないから。わからないことがあったら何でも聞いてね。はい。
Tsubame has always been a good teacher. She's kind and patient. She'd often help me out like this back when I was still learning Japanese. If I hadn't met her back then, I'd probably be a much more jaded person now. She really did so much for me. Ow! What was that for?
何ブーっとツバメに見とれてんのよ。私たちもやるの。
I was staring. Whatever, let's get started.
ゆうくんと泉ちゃんはブランクあるけどどうかな？
Well, let's try and see. Guided by Tsubame, Izumi and I alternately read out the 50 sounds. Nando ni numeta na ni nebaru.
ハトポップホロホロハヒフヘホ。
Hinata no o heya na fue wo fuku.
マイマイねじまきまみむめも。
Ume no mi o chite momi moshimai. Izumi and I occasionally trip up, and presumably due to our long absence, but knack returns after we read through a few.
ワイワイワッショイワイウエを。
Ueki ya ido ga he o matsuri da.
二人ともすごいです。お見事です。 二人とも勘は鈍ってないみたいだね。散々やったからね。体に染みついちゃってるわ。
You can say that again. I'm legitimately surprised.
だよね。
I can tell Izumi's wanted to get back at acting again. She's so vibrant and upbeat.
皆さんすごいです。私も頑張ります。その意気だよ。じゃあ私たちももう一回行こっか。
Our first day of practice is going well. Looks like we're off to a good start. It's been roughly a week since we started training. Torakichi has been mulling over the script as usual, and apparently he's nearing the finishing touches. Today he's going over proofreading suggestions with Anneli. Writing a play script really does take a lot of work. However, given how much he was boasting about taking the role of director, he'd better uphold his promise. Tsubame has mainly been the one responsible for looking after him after he dug himself into that hole.
アメンボ赤いなあいうえお、浮きもに小エビも泳いでる。
We couldn't reserve the Gymnasium today, so we're practicing in the club room instead. Also didn't drop by to say hello and see how our vocal training was going. Anza was the lead-off batter, though Tsubame's expert guidance through Tsubame's expert guidance, she's improved by leaps and bounds despite having no prior acting experience.
わいわいわっしょいわいうえお、植木や井戸替えお祭りだ。やった、噛まずに言えた。頑張ったね、あんずちゃん。だいぶ上手になったね。ありがとうございます。ほんと、先週とは比べ物にならないくらい上手になったよ。
Yeah, you really worked hard.
いや、始めた時には本当にどうしようって思ってたんですけど。
She scratches her cheek bashfully as she giggles from the praise.
ほんと、上達が早いわね。若いって素晴らしいわ。
先生だって年寄り気取りはまだ早いんじゃないですか？
あんたらの年に比べたらいろいろとね。覚えときなさいよ。人生あんたらくらいの年が一番ピチピチ輝けるんだから。そしていい時代はマッハで過ぎていくのよ。
なはははは。
まあ話それたけど、アンジーはほんと上達早いわ。こないだ聞いた時よりすごく安定してきたよ。
ありがとうございます。先生が良かったのですよ。
She goes over and hugs Tsubame, to which Tsubame smiles and pets her head. It's a truly heartwarming sight.
確かにツバメチンは先生とか保母さんに向いてるのかもね。
そうでしょうか。
あ、でも先生は厳しいか。その胸、年頃の男の子にすごい目で見られちゃうよね。
ちょっと先生やめてくださいよ。
She quickly hides her breasts. I must agree that my good friend Tsubame does indeed have a very delectable body. I can only imagine how she'll look in a few years' time. I'm sorry, but I thought that Tsubame sense is far too sexy. No way in hell I'd be able to concentrate in class.
ダメよ、ゆうくん。そんなことは教えてないわ。いけないわ。そんないやらしくお胸を揉んじゃった。
Ah! God, sex life at school would be so great!
何がだ、兵隊
Ah!
鼻息荒くしながらツバメの胸弛緩して何考えてるのよ、このスケベ。
Just something I like to call naughty after school lessons with Tsubame sensei.
いっぺん死んで
Crap, slip out of tongue.
こい。もうゆうくんのエッチ。
However, Tsubame is always quick to let me off the hook.
最低ですね、ゆうとさん。あなたの妹であることが大変恥ずかしいです。さすがの妹も今のはドン引きです。ハレンチ兄さんは後でシオンさんにお仕置きされるのです。
Ah, no! Anything but the Clover Love!
相変わらずあんたら楽しいわ。
おはようございます。
Oh, how.
おはよう。すまない。少し遅れたね。
Morning.
お、ヒッキー、ちょうどいいところに来たね。発声のチェックしたいから50音やってもらえる？
わかったよ。急いで体をほぐすから少しだけ待ってくれ。
Carter finishes the stretching routine she's become accustomed to doing and then reels off the syllabary from memory.
画面ぼ赤いなあいうえを浮きもに小エビも泳いでる。
へえ。
うまい。ええ、うまいわね。
Agreed.
すごいです。
Her voice carries loudly, and the sounds of each pronounced neatly and clearly. And the sounds are each pronounced neatly and clearly. It's relaxing to listen to. Since Sekida's so bad at waking up in the morning, they haven't been able to attend our morning sessions. Consequently, she's only been able to practice in the afternoon, so it's a wonder she's improved faster than Nonzu.
ワイワイワッショイワイゆえを植木や井戸替えお祭りだ。
She finishes the rest while we're busy being awestruck.
お見事。どう、つばめちん。正規部員として聞いてみてさ。
とても素人とは思えないですね。演劇経験がないって言われても信じられないくらいです。まあこれくらいはさらりとね。ヒカル、家でいっぱい練習してた。できる。
まあでも大したもんだよ。本当に演劇初めて？
本当だよ。モデルの経験はあるけどね。
なるほど。道理でいっつもピシッとした姿勢してるわけだ。姿勢がいいってことは体をそうやって支えるだけの筋力、体力がある証だしね。
Yeah, I get it already. After saying that and studying Hikaru from every angle, she starts stroking her waist.
うわ、細っ！キュッて締まってる、キュッて。くー！さすが現役モデル！
やめろ！どこを触っている！
ああ、眩しい！若さが眩しいわ！吸わせて、先っちょだけでいいから！
こら、やめないか！
Seeing someone as normally chill as Hikaru riding in pleasure is a rare spectacle.
またスケベユータの鼻の下が伸びてるし。
Ouch.
もうそんな風にエッチな目でばかり女の子見てると嫌われちゃうよ。
I'm sorry, but we males are helpless creatures.
開き直るんじゃない、このドエッチ。
Yow!
まったく。あ、先生、私の発音チェックまだなんですけど。
Me too.
あ、エキス吸い取るのに夢中で忘れてたわ。
What were you sucking out of her? Well, given the side I was treated too, I'm not complaining.
アメンボ赤いなあいうえを。
Boy. Ukimo ni koebin mo oyoideru. There we go. Izumi and I alternate reading out the syllabary. So far off from the level I was at during my peak, but I think I've mostly regained the hang of it. Izumi seems much the same. The pronunciation check is over without any particular slip-ups.
うん、オッケー。さすがだね、二人とも。
十分現役で通用するね。いやー、それほどでも。
Well, with a few more days of intense practice, we should be good to go.
うん、みんな短期間でよく頑張ったね。ツバメチン、指導ご苦労であった。
ありがとうございます。
あとは脚本が上がれば練習始められそうなところまではこぎつけたかな。
And speak of the devil,
できたで。わ一番の傑作台本ができたで。見てなけ、演じて笑えや。
お、トラじゃん。すごいタイミングで持ってきたね。
なんや、ワイの噂話してたんですか。さてはトラ吉くん素敵とか。
あのスカタン、さっさと台本あげるやって話してただけ。
そんな。
まあまあ。で、本当にできたの？ちゃんとチェックした？遅くなりました。私が確認しました。問題ないと思うんですが。どうしたの？歯切れが悪いけど。とにかく読んでみてください。
Copies were handed out to all of us, and we spent the next few minutes reading over it. Once upon a time, there was a small country wherein a small castle stood, and it lived a kind princess named Elena and her servants. So it begins with the princess being smitten with her childhood friend Prince from the neighboring country. The two shared a mutual love, but her younger sister and the female servants also had feelings for the prince. When the prince proposed to her, she declined. She didn't wish for just the two of them to be happy. Everyone living with her in the little castle was family to her, and she loved them greatly. But the only ones who could marry the prince were the princess or her sister because of their royal blood. The servants were forced to give up on their affections. The younger sister knew the prince loved the older sister, so she encouraged them to proceed. This princess weeps at her sister's kindness while accepting the prince's proposal. However, at that very moment a huge evil dragon appeared. They had to offer the princess as its wife, lest they wanted their country to be annihilated. With the country being as small as it is, they didn't have the manpower to fight the dragon. Knowing her country and the people would be destroyed if she declined, the princess decided to marry the dragon with great sadness in her heart. However, the prince refused to accept this. "I will not forfeit you to anyone. I love you," he said, and hugged the princess. Then the dragon arrived. The prince and maids fought valiantly, but could not defeat the huge dragon. The princess was thus kidnapped. The prince and his maids, who were secretly knights and witches, took the dragon-slaying sword that was hidden under the castle and ventured the dragon's lairs. They slayed the dragon, retrieved the princess, got the treasure, and everyone lived happily ever after. It's a simple, clear-cut story. There's love, laughter, and tears, and it has an unequivocally happy ending. After we finally finished reading, we all gave our impressions. But we seem to be split into two camps.
つまらなくはないわよ。それと泣いてなんかいないわ。正直、君のような男からこんな綺麗な物語が出てくるなんて驚きを禁じ得ないよ。私も初めて読んだ時は本当にびっくりしました。
なんやそれ、もっと素直に褒めてえな。
Half of us are baffled by the stark difference in the tone of the story and Torakichi's personality.
とっても面白い。イメージが湧きやすい。いい背景が描けると思う。はあ、面白いです。いいお話です。教会のみんなも喜んでくれると思います。お兄ちゃんさすがだね。よく描けてると思うよ。
Me too. It's a bit long, but with some editing, it should be fine.
トラ、いい仕事したね。
Then there were those of us who gave more positive comments.
ほらみ、わかるやつはちゃんと認めてくれるんや。
ふむ、仕上がりに免じて1週間監督業をツバメチンに丸投げしたのは多めに見よう。
マジすいませんでした。
Well, there don't appear to be any inherent problems with the script, so why don't we decide on roles and start practicing right away?
ああ、せや、ワイもそれ言おう思ってたんや。
配役は王子イレーナ姫、その妹レア姫、お月のメイドのシノンとソーニャ、あとはリュウかな。
What are you gonna do about the dragon? Have someone wear a costume?
書き割りと照明効果でなんとかしよう思っとる。影絵とかでもええかもな。
声はどうすんのよ。
まあ出番はめっちゃ少ないしな。ワイがやってもええ。
なるほどね。
で、配役やけど、ユウは王子で確定な。ワイは王子役には向かんようやし。
ようやく自覚したのね。トラ吉も少し大人になったか。
やかましいわ。
So I'm the prince. And that brings back memories. You were my partner back then too, weren't you, Tsubame?
そうだったね。
で、お姫様をツバメで行こう思うんや。
Yeah, that sounds good. She'd be a perfect fit for the role. Me as the prince and Tsubame as the princess. I can vividly recall the memories of the play we did years ago. It was a simple story. The prince and princess meet at the ball. He had a duel with the romantic rival. They got married after that. But with everyone's passionate performances, it turned into something truly fun. I still remember me and Tsubame acting in that play. Man, it was so much fun. Let's make this another bang-up performance.
ツバメさんなら優しいお姫様って感じでぴったりですよ。同感です。まあこの脚本のイメージならツバメになるか。敵役だと思う。あ、いいんじゃないか。
Everyone wants an agreement except for one person.
待って。
は？
私お姫様なんて柄じゃないから、それに主役とか無理。
Tsubame shakes her head, flustered, and it doesn't appear that she's saying this just to give the other girls a shot at the role.
私は他の役やるから、お姫様は誰かがやって。ね。
Wait, you're the clear choice for the role in the story.
いや、こんな大役、私とか無理だし。
なんや自分、言うと芝居しとうないのか？
芝居はしたいよ。すっごくしたい。でも、同じ舞台に上がれるだけで、私は十分だから。だから、お姫様は誰かがやって。ね。
困ったね。私もツバメチンが適任だと思うけど、ここまではっきり言われちゃうと、押し付けるのもなんだしね。
ごめんなさい。
I understand why Tsubame is so against playing. I don't understand why Tsubame is so against playing the role. She has the most acting experience out of all the girls. Sure, she's a bit timid, but she's an incredibly talented actor, and I doubt anyone would deny that. She was so happy that the play would go on that she was moved to tears, so I know she does want to perform. But I don't know why she's so hesitant to play the princess. In the last play, she and Izumi quibbled endlessly over who would get to play that role.
やれやれ。じゃあ、僕がお姫様に立候補しよう。
She's the last person I expected to break this gloomy silence.
お前が？
実力が心配ならオーディションをしてくれたっていい。あ、そうだ。どうせなら配役をオーディションで決めるというのはどうだい？
まあ確かにそれなら一番公平かつ適材適所にはまるわな。
いやいやいや、なんだか大変なことになってきちゃいました。普段通りやればいいのさ。泉も構わないね。私はユータの王子が相手なってごめんだけど、でも演技できないと思われるのは心外だし、オーディションで決まっちゃったなら仕方ないし、受けないとなんか逃げたみたいで嫌だし。オーディション形式でいいと思うよ。それなら公平だと思うし。相変わらずなんだね、君らは。どういう意味よ。いや、すまない。独り言さ、忘れてくれ。
ゆうちゃんもそれでいいね。
Honestly, I could see Hikaru being the one in every single round to just kick them in the ass. Like, come on! Stop being a pussy! Oh, yeah, I think that's the fairest option.
わかった。公平にね。じゃあ審査はトラじゃ先入観ついちゃってるし、部長にもやってもらいましょう。
うっす。
私ちょっと呼んでくるわ。ステージの許可も取ってくる。あとトラ、お姫様パートでオーディションに使えそうなとこを短く抜き出してみんなに覚えさせておいて。1時間後くらいに全員体育館のステージに集合ね。
ういっす。
Since they leave the classroom, Takichi begins explaining everything to the princess candidates. Any chance this is all going to turn out, I wonder. 1 hour later, they'd gotten permission to use the stage, and even the third-year club members who were busy came by. The candidates for the princess role have all memorized their lines and are ready to go.
じゃあトラ、
あんた今から監督業きっちりやるように。部長はサポートとしてみてね。
ういっす。
わかりました。
じゃあトップバッターは誰や？おらんなら指名するで。
僕から行かせてもらうよ。
ほう、立候補するだけあって自信満々やな。
まあね。
Carter walks up on stage.
鏡ひかるさんね。始めて。
はい。
After a deep breath, she begins her audition. First is the scene where the prince confesses his love to her.
ああ、王子。あなたが好きです。心から愛しています。でも、あなたの愛を受け入れることはできません。私にとって、あの子たちはかけがえのない家族。あの子たちの気持ちを知りながら、私だけ幸せになるなんて、できません。嘘でしょ？
これは。
Flawless performance. I'm honestly stunned. Felt a shiver go down my spine, even if it's only a small snippet of a scene. I never expected this level of performance from someone with zero acting experience who just read the script an hour ago. Everyone watches Hikaru in silent awe. Now that she's completed the first scene, she now moves on to the tragic climax where she chooses to have her love blighted and be the dragon's bride.
でも、私はあの竜に嫁ぎます。竜を愛します。仕方がないではないですか。私が黙って耐えれば済むことなのです。何も考えず、ただ耐えるだけで民は救われる。あなたも救われる。あの子たちを、この国を頼みます。
Everyone holds their breath at the sight of the elegant princess laying bare her emotions.
と、ここまででいいかな。
Everyone breaks into spontaneous applause. It wasn't perfect, but considering it was an impromptu audition, there's hardly anything you can criticize about it.
ひかるちゃんだっけ？あなた本当に芝居初めて？
うん。基礎練だけはみんなとやったけれどね。
うん。滑舌もいいし、声もよく通ってる。芝居も堂々として、キリッとしたイメージがすごくかっこよくてよかったよ。
ねえ、大口叩くだけのことはありますわ。
おや、虎吉がそんな素直に褒めてくれるなんて気持ち悪いね。
やかましい。わい芝居はガチや。ええもんはええ、あかんもんはあかん言うわ。
へえ。
今のはええ芝居やった。とても芝居初めてとは思えんわ。
Yeah, blew me away too.
うん。本当にすごかったよ。ありがとう。額面通りに受け取っておくとしよう。ヒカル、素敵だった。ああ、ヘキルがそんなに褒めてくれるなんて。
よし、じゃあ次泉な。
はーい。
Izumi takes the stage once the president, Torakichi, finished jotting down some notes.
ああ、王子、あなたが好きです。心から愛しています。でも、あなたの愛を受け入れることはできません。私にとって、あの子たちはかけがえのない家族。あの子たちの気持ちを知りながら、私だけ幸せになるなんて。
へえ、いいね。経験者だっけ？
ええ、ブランクを感じませんわ。
Izumi's acting ability hasn't dulled one bit. Her delivery of the lines was just as elegant as Hikaru's, but the emotional appeal of her voice adds a heartwarming touch to it. Izumi's straightforward performance will strike a chord with both young and old. It's definitely more than good enough.
以上です。ありがとうございました。
さすが現役で通用すんじゃん。
いや、それほどでもありますけど。
うん、 勘は鈍ってないみたいね。分かってるなーって感じがして安心して見られるわ。
ありがとうございます。
泉のお姫様も結構イケるもんやな。バイト先の猫かぶりが生きたか。
黙れ虎吉。
あだ
で、ユウトはどう思う？
That was great. You've always played bright, bubbly characters, so it caught me a bit off guard. You pulled off the princess convincingly.
こういうのもいけるんだってちょっとびっくりしちゃった。ふふん。まあでも王子がユウトってのだけ納得いかないけど、オーディションならしょうがないからやってあげるわよ。
If you insist.
なかなかの自信じゃないか。ふふん。ポットでの新人に負けるわけにはいかないからね。その負けん気がどうしてあっち方面に行きないんだか。はあ？どういうことよ。いや、独り言さ。感じ悪っ。
よし、次アンズ行けや。
はい、高倉アンズ行きます。アンズリラックスですよ。
あちゃー、かわいそうなくらいテンパってるね。
Most people get that way when they're forced on stage and told to act. Gar's just an exception.
そうだね。
At times like this, it's my responsibility as a brother to help ease my sister's nerves. We'll be fine, Anzu. Just take deep breaths. Cheer her on as loud as I can.
アンズちゃん、こういう時にこそ腹式呼吸だよ。あ、はい。
She plays her hand on her abdomen and closes her eyes. It takes a few deep breaths.
大丈夫です。多分。
アンズドンマイや。ほな気張らずやりや。
ああ、王子。あなたが好きです。心から愛しています。
Shifts over her words at the end. She looks at me teary-eyed. I can tell that what she's trying to tell me non-verbally. Help, please. You're doing great, Anzu. Oni-chan's here for you. Keep going.
噛んでも大丈夫。お姫様になったアンズちゃんをみんなにぶつける感じで続けて。アンズ、ファイト。失敗しても大丈夫。どんまいどんまい。芝居はノリと勢いだ。頑張って。君らしくやればいいんだよ。皆さん。
She wipes her tears away and confidently raises her head.
でも、あなたの愛を受け入れることはできません。私にとってあの子たちはかけがえのない家族。あの子たちの気持ちを知りながら私だけ幸せになるなんてできません。
She follows up her mistake from the first line with a perfect delivery of the next two. Her diction is still a bit stiff though, and it doesn't even begin to compare to the level of performance from Hikaru and Izumi. And each and every one of her words has me feeling just as anxious as her, given the overprotective brother I am. But even so, her determination to give 110% more than shines through.
あの子磨けば光りそうね。
はい、ええもん持ってますわ。
あの子たちを、この国を頼みます。以上です。ありがとうございました。
Once she finishes her inspiring audition, there is another round of applause.
兄さん、恥ずかしかったです。
Ah, there. You did a great job, Anzu. I'm proud of you. She trots over, half sobbing, and I hug her and pet her head. It's strange how relieved I feel. I wonder if this is how parents feel watching their kids perform.
アンズちゃん、お疲れ様。ちょっとヒヤヒヤしましたけど、アンズは頑張りました。はあ、すっごい緊張したですよ。
もうかわいいな。花丸あげちゃおうかな。
部長、ひいきは飽きまへんで。
Even Torakichi softened somewhat.
アンジーのお芝居というか、アンジー自体が癒しオーラを持ってるのよね。
そうなのですか？
うん、そういうのは真似しにくい強力な武器になるからね。 お芝居続ければきっとそういうところ光っていくと思うよ。
私も同感です。あとすごく一生懸命なところがいい。あれは芝居に慣れちゃうと出ないのよね。
そうなのですか。
よし、じゃあ最後ツバメ行きや。
よろしくお願いします。
Good luck.
ああ、王子、あなたが好きです。心から愛しています。でもあなたの愛を受け入れることはできません。私にとってあの子たちはかけがえのない家族。あの子たちの気持ちを知りながら私だけ幸せになるなんてできません。
Mom's performance is good, probably due to the continual practice. Hers is far and away the best. Out of all the roles, the princess has the most lines. The reason Torakichi was pushing it onto her was probably in part because he wanted a veteran for it.
まあイメージ通りではありますわ。
Still, the President Torakichi a bit wary, and I can sort of understand why. Performance was basically flawless, sure, but there was nothing more to it. I don't understand. Why didn't it take hold of me?
私もそう思ってた。昔はもっと生き生きと芝居をしてたのに。
Yeah. Tsubame turned down the role, but she's not one to slack on stage. His performance was no doubt her best effort, which just makes this all the more sad. I was just romanticizing it in my memory.
以上です。ありがとうございました。
Tsubame finishes her audition and steps down from the stage. Good job.
どうだった？
It was great. Best out of everyone, in my opinion.
継続は力なりだね。そう、ありがとう。つばめさん、やっぱりすごいです。すっごいお姫様でした。それは大げさだよ。私なんて。
よし、ワイらはちょっと席外すわ。部長と師匠来たってや。
はいよ。
Torakichi and the other two leave the gymnasium and return 15 minutes later.
ほな発表するで。異例な姫は光るな。
I feel disappointed, but also not surprised. My emotions are conflicting. I implicitly understand that Torakichi arrived at the same conclusion as me.
光栄だけどいいのかい？ツバメの方がうまかったと思うけれど。
確かにね。でもそこはこれから練習で伸ばせるところだから。凛としたお姫様のイメージ作りが実にいい感じだったのと、君の芝居に輝くものを感じた。というとちょっと曖昧かもしれないけれど。
光るだけに光ってた？
師匠、場を凍らせんと言ってください。
ごめんちゃ。
はあ、まあやっぱそうなるか。おや、泉も認めてくれるのかい？まあね。私たちの芝居よりあんたの芝居の方が監督のお眼鏡にかなった。そんだけよ。悔しくなんてないところね。まあ泉ちゃん。
Well, congratulations, Hikaru. Good luck with the role.
はあ、
次、姫の妹レア姫はアンズな。
私ですか？
まあ元からイメージしとった役どころやけどな。ワイの目は間違うてなかったわ。
まだまだ芝居は荒削りだし、セリフ噛むし滑るし。でもすっごく一生懸命なところがキューンときたわ。
ありがとうございます。
問題点は練習すればなんとかなるから頑張んなさい。
はい、頑張ります。
次、強気メイドのシノン、泉な。
メイドか。
なんや、やっぱお姫様やりたかったんちゃう？
バカ言わないでよね。お姫様なんて柄じゃないし、ちっとも悔しくなんかないんだから。その割には ずいぶん悔しそうですけど。違うわよ。オーディションに負けた気がして悔しいだけよ。
And it's also the fact that she said that she wouldn't be able to play a character that has a lot of lines. The princess literally is probably one of the two characters with the most lines.
相変わらずダダ漏れだね。
Well, the character is basically written as a typical Izumi character. I think she'll be a good fit.
なんか納得いかない。
はい、ダダっ子メイドは置いといて、クールメイドのソーニャはツバメな。
わかった。
Sounds about right. I would have made the same casting decisions as Torakichi. Well, I can't help but be a little disappointed that Tsubame-Route not playing the princess. Maybe it's because of those memories of us acting together are so etched into my mind.
やっぱり叶わなかったな。
You can hear her mumbling to herself. So you didn't want to play the princess.
違う。みんなうまいなって。私ももっと頑張っていいお芝居しなきゃって思ったの。
Seeing her put on that fake smile to mask her gloom only worries me more. Are you really okay?
何が？
I was in the theater troupe with you, so I understand. You act impressed when other people perform well, but you get depressed too. It can be pretty tough to deal with, so I was wondering if you were feeling down or anything.
全然そんなことないよ。確かにゆうくんの言うこともわかるけど、本当にみんなすごいなって思っただけ。私も頑張らなきゃね。
Okay. I've known Tsubame a long time, and she has a bad habit of trying to hide when she's feeling down. That incident the other day is the perfect example. Since I can't read her mind, though, all I can do is surmise. I considered using the same method I did last time to get it out of her, but I might be a little too insensitive.
私もツバメのお姫様見たかったけど、ヒカルがうまかったのは認めなきゃだしね。まあ決まったからには頑張ろう。いいお芝居にしようね。
There's not much that can be changed at this point. Hikaru did indeed put on a flawless performance, and that's an indisputable fact, right? So I can't complain about her being the heroine. I'll have to work hard too.
頑張ってね。
It was a simple trivial comment, but something about it just felt so lonesome. With one I desire to go over and hug her as tight as I can, but that's kind of a thing a boyfriend would do.
ゆうくん？
Sorry, let's work hard and make this play a success, yeah? I hold back my urge and pat her on the shoulder.
じゃ、各人担当パートのセリフはがっつり覚えてくるように。今日はもう遅いし、この辺で解散や。
Everyone thanks each other for their hard work, marking the end of today's session. There's a lot on my mind right now, but either way, I gotta work hard so this play is a success.
なあツバメ、ほんまにあれでええんか？
ええんよ。思ってた通りヒカルちゃんの芝居光っとったし。
まあそりゃ正論やけどな。でもな、ワイは見たかったけどな、ツバメのお姫様。昔ユウとやったあの芝居な、あれめっちゃよかって。二人とも生き生き芝居しとった。あの輝きがまた見られる思ってワクワクしてたんやけどな。
昔の話や。あん時はまだ子供やったし、今は恥ずかしいってダメやわ。
恥ずかしがり屋の演劇部とかえらい矛盾しとるで自分。
そういうの直したくてやってるところもあるんやけどな。
まあええね。ツバメが好きなようにやれば兄ちゃんそれでええね。
ごめんなお兄ちゃん。
謝らんでええ。芝居頑張ろな。
はーい皆さん、 注目。
Asuden prances into the clubroom after school, using the fact that we're all gathered in one place to make her announcements.
昨日めでたく配役が決まりました。早速台本の読み込みだの準備だの慌ただしくなると思います。しかしその前に君たちに言っておかねばならぬことが2つある。
何ですか？
まずは1年諸君、君たちは週末学園主催のキャンプがあることを忘れていないだろうね。
はい、すっごく楽しみにしてます。大丈夫、覚えてる。準備は万端です。同じくヘキルの準備もしっかり整えてあるよ。
Our first years are going camping before Golden Week. Hans and Anni were super giddy and excited about brand new rucksacks they bought for the occasion.
よろしい。というわけで週末は一年坊主どもは練習ができないので、そのつもりでスケジュール組んでね。
ういっす。
もう一つ、ゴールデンウィーク明けて2週間後にはテスト期間に入るかんね。
うわっ。
The announcement deals lethal damage to Torakichi, the one struggling most to keep up his grades.
その1週間前には部活動もバイトも禁止。イズミンは分かってるよね。
はい、シフトは開けてもらってるんで大丈夫です。
よろしい。その辺考えて練習スケジュール切るように。分かったねトラ。
ういっす。めそめそめ。
じゃあ練習頑張ってね。
はい、皆さんお聞きの通りです。テスト準備期間まで今週含めて3週間です。
Torakichi makes a rather forced recovery from the shock of the midterm announcements and speaks emphatically to us as the director.
公演は7月の頭ですが、試験期間で丸2週間潰れるとなると1ヶ月半しかありません。1年は今週末使えんからもっと短くなるけど、ま、なんとかするっきゃないやろな。決まっていきや。はい、
わかりました。大丈夫だ。絵の方も頑張る。
それからゴールデンウィークも何日か出てきて練習しよう思うから、がっつり遊ぶ予定立てんようにな。
おや、僕にはトラ吉が一番遊びの予定を立てていそうに見えたけど。
アホ抜かせ。多少は息抜きしよう思ってたけど、もともと舞台の話はあったさかい、ちゃんと練習のつもりでおったわい。
そうね。ヒカルがそう言いたくなる気持ちはもっともだけど、こいつ芝居は結構真剣にやるから。
Yep. Diamond agreed with Izumi's rare defense of Torakichi. She's right. For all his failings, Torakichi takes theater very seriously. Seriously, I wish he'd direct some of that passion to his schoolwork too.
そうか。それは失礼したよ。
まあええわ。ほな、テスト前に大体投資稽古できれば御の字って線で組むさかい。練習表は後日回すわ。みんな頼むで。よし、ほな今日は早速台本の読み込みや。アンズとヒカルは初めてやな。しんどいと思うけど頑張りや。
まあ、私はセリフ少ないし、その分ちょっといろいろ仕込もうかな。
Oh, you sound
せっ
confident.
かく久々に芝居できるんだもん。楽しまなくちゃ。
Yeah.
私は頑張ってセリフ覚えます。一字句間違えないようにとか思わないで、ちゃんとみんなでフォローするからね。
While I'm watching this heartwarming scene develop,
僕はもう覚えたよ。
Karu utters the most unfathomable thing.
なんやて。
またまたご冗談を。
You seriously have them all memorized? Her role being the story's protagonist, she naturally has the most lines. Karu does seem like the studious type, but what kind of witchcraft did you use to be able to memorize the entirety of her lines in a single night?
丸暗記すればいいんだろう。簡単なことさ。
Right.
出だしのセリフ言うてみ。
Karu takes a deep breath and puts on a prince's face.
おはようしの。とってもよく眠れたわ。昨日の舞踏会は本当に楽しかったわね。うまい。
Yeah. He shocked us enough yesterday, but it is downright baffling for someone with zero acting experience. Guess there really are some people with natural talent.
初めて王子から告られた時のセリフは、
すみません王子。お気持ちには答えられません。ですが王子、皆あなたをお慕いしているのです。私だけ幸せになるなど許されませんから。この小さな城で皆で肩を寄せ合い生きてまいりました。あなたの愛を受け入れてしまえば、この小さな幸せが壊れてしまいそうで。すごいです。セリフも一字一句ぴったしカンカンです。参ったわね。
ああ、もうええ、わかったわ。あの分量1日で覚えてくるとか、大したやっちゃ。たまらんな、天才肌の人間ってのは。
お褒めに預かり光栄だよ。
This play is centered around a woman living in a castle and how she grapples with the love of family versus her love of the prince. It would normally take a few days to memorize that much, but the fact that she's already nailed down the role is nothing short of some phenomenal.
ヒカルちゃん、本当にすごいね。
Yeah, you're really something else.
経験者に褒められるのは悪くないね。ヒカル、昨日帰ってから台本夢中で読んでたから。あ、できる。
まあ天才様でも努力はしてるっちゅうんは嫌いやないで。
言っている。
Kata puffs her cheeks like her sister and looks away huffily. It wasn't witchcraft, just good honest hard work. There's some charm about her earnest dedication. She's the type of person who likes to maintain a certain image, so there's no doubt a little embarrassing for her. Most people don't get to see what she's like behind that image. I consider that a privilege of mine as close friends of hers. Torakichi, I've memorized half of mine too.
まあ王子様はセリフ少なめやしな。
Yeah.
なんなら少し立ち会ってみるかい？
She confidently brings forward that suggestion. I do want to show her what I'm capable of, and although it's not a real performance, I'm more than happy to act. Sounds fun, I'm game.
ふふん。相手がいる芝居だと一味も二味も違うんだから。見せてもらおうじゃない？天才様の実力ってやつを。いいだろう。そこでじっくり見ていてくれ。
Hikata grins overtly, responding to Izumi's provocation and playing up this whole rivalry thing. Though Hikata clearly seems to have the upper hand.
うわ、なんかイラッとする。ぐぬぬぬぬ。そうだ、せっかくだからラブシーンやってよ。なんだと？普段男に興味ないですって人がどんな風にお芝居するか私気になる。ちょっと泉ちゃん、なんだかとても不愉快な気分だが。いいだろう、やってやろうじゃないか。いいんですか？構わないさ。遅から早からやることになるんだ。慣れておいたほ。いやいやいや、なんだか大変なことに。でも面白そう。
Urged on by the provocative gazes by everyone present, the two of us flipped to the relevant part of the script. The princess previously rejected the prince's first confession, but after everyone managed to convince her, she finally says yes to him in the scene. Yep, I've memorized all my lines here. All the others step aside to give us space, and Hikaru and I stand facing one another.
それじゃあ始め。
Elena, I will say it once more. I love you with all my heart. Will you please marry me?
私は一度あなたの求婚をお断りしてしまった。あなたに恥をかかせてしまった。
I resolved to give my heart to you. A shameful experience or two is of no consequence to me. If anything, the only thing that I am ashamed of is my own foolishness in neglecting your circumstances. I beg for your forgiveness.
王子、なんともったいないお言葉。
Eat this cake. Even though we've only been through a few lines, I'm already feeling good. I'm stoked about the performance we're both going to put on. The prickling sensation in the ear is the key to unlocking my acting potential. I wish to hear your response, Elena. The princess takes a step forward and looks up at me with tears in her eyes. crap. She's normally so cool and composed that seeing tears in her eyes is getting me super excited. Can't help it, I'm gay. I intentionally find myself thinking about how cute she is. She's definitely a mod for a reason.
はい。王子。私もあなたを愛しています。
I can't help but feel like he's about to do
生
something
涯あな
stupid.
たと添い遂げましょう。
So I'm just grabbing this to be sure. There are two possible scenarios right now. He does something stupid, or Tsubame suddenly interrupts him for some reason. You can say that in this situation is too much. Ugh. I know she's only acting, but the passion in her voice is like a sucker punch to my heart. Kazu's expression then changes to one that's very characteristic of her. Yep, there's Hikaru, right? No princess here, fellas. Damn it, how dare she toy with an innocent man's heart like that? Don't underestimate the veteran actor. I'll pay her back tenfold with my subsequent lines. Aye, Helena. I will say it again and again. I love you so. You are my one and only. Looking her straight in the eye, I hit her with a passionate delivery of the prince's lines as I grasp her by the waist and draw her closer. Ah, her waist is so slender! Totally get why Asuna was touching it so excitedly. I have something available right now. Hold on. Yes, it has to be enough for now. Her body feels so warm, she smells good, but alas, I must cast aside those foul thoughts. After all, I am the noble prince right now.
王子
I can't tell if her stutter was part of the act or a genuine mistake, but the bout continues regardless. Aye, Helena. I vow to love you forevermore. Bring my face close to hers as we enter the kiss scene. Her cheeks flush and stares at me with moist eyes, although I am averting her gaze in a fluster intermittently. Just as our faces are about to become close enough for us to touch, she cries out.
それ以上はダメ顔が近いよ
Alright, we'll stop here. I do a fist pump internally and gently take my arms off her. Gotta fix the clothing, which I slightly disheveled on accident.
どうして途中から芝居が変わったんだい
Because I noticed your real self was slipping through, so I had to pull you back to reality before things got dicey.
よく見ているんだな
An actor is always keeping an eye on their co-actors, picking up on their cues and responding to them. That's part of what makes acting such a pleasant experience.
そうか次はもっと僕に夢中になるくらいやってみせるよ
Sure thing. We smile at one another. Garu doesn't seem like the type to get very invested in things, but I hope I can at least get her to understand some of the joys of acting.
命拾いしたわね言うとあのまま本当にチューなんてしてたら八つ咲きにしてやるところだったわ女の敵シオンさんにアイアンクローの出前を頼まなければならないところでした
I wouldn't do that, jeez, we were just acting.
でも本当にチューしちゃうかと思ったじゃないバカ言うと超ドキドキ
Yeah, because he was acting! That's a good thing that you thought it was gonna happen.
うん私もちょっとドキドキしちゃったでもすっごい綺麗なシーンで感動しちゃいました
Well, if you thought so, I guess that's a testament to our acting skill.
うん本当にすごいと思うやっぱりお姫様はヒカルちゃんでよかったよまあ立候補したからにはね君にできないお姫様を見せるつもりだよ
ああ、二人ともええ芝居やった。ヒカルはほんま役者経験ないんか？
ああ、ただ人前に出るのは慣れているからね。度胸はあるつもりだよ。
なるほどな。ま、これから磨いてどこまでいけんのか楽しみや。
Yeah, you've ignited my acting spirit too. I'm really looking forward to seeing how we can go with this.
もう、ヒカルだけずるい。ユウ、私にも愛してるって言って。
While everyone's all giving their impressions, Hikito suddenly breaks her silence with one of her wild requests.
ユウ、 それを言おうとした瞬間、君のブサイク面にさらに磨きがかかることになるよ。
And as usual, Ekido was quick to threaten me.
光るうるさい。ヘキル、ユウ、私にも抱き寄せて愛してるをプリーズ。そしてイチャイチャも、それに早く返事が欲しい。結婚して合体して。合体？合体って何ですか？手をつなぐことです。そうですよね、ゆうとさん。
Yeah, it's nothing dirty. Honey, my dear sister, your smile is awfully frightening.
手ね。手よね。そうだよね。手だよね。なら、私も兄さんと毎日合体してますね。
This is why you should not try to lie when it comes to these things. Misinformation is a bad, bad thing to spread. What the fuck is that? I don't know. Anyways, My sister charmingly imagines happily holding hands. I think I should set the record straight once and for all. Can we actually discuss that for a second?
合体するの？
No, that's not happening. Get it out of your mind.
残念。
I was thinking of moving somewhere else, but her proposal has created quite an uproar amongst the other girls, so I decided to tell her here. So, about the whole marriage promise thing, I'd like you to consider that null and void. We're still in school, and marriage is kind of a big decision to make. Hikiru's eyes grow gradually become wet with tears. I feel pang in my chest. However, it would be insincere of me to leave this issue unresolved. So I want her to tell her how I truly feel. I'm sorry, but you're an important friend of mine, Hikiru, so I don't want to be wishy-washy about this.
友達。大切な友達。
Yeah, you and I are friends.
わかった。ユウと友達でいられるなら、それでいい。
Okay, thanks. We smile at each other and I breathe a sigh of relief. I always knew that Hikiru didn't quite understand the concepts of marriage. And the fact remains that I don't harbor any romantic feelings towards her at the moment. After we mature some more, if a day comes when we both want to become family, then we'll revisit the topic.
まあ、これで結婚騒ぎは一件落着か。
ああ、僕は実にほっとしたよ。ヘキルに結婚なんてまだまだ早いからね。むしろヘキルは僕の嫁だ。
Yeah, that's illegal.
それはともかく、ユウトさんが結婚とかまだ早すぎますし。でも、ちょっとロマンティックなシーンでした。そうね。なんだか変にドキドキしちゃったじゃない、バカユウト。ユウは他に結婚したい人いないの？
Like I said, I'm still way too young to be thinking about that.
じゃあ、どういう人と結婚したい？ユウトさん、それくらいなら答えてもいいですよ。早く答えてください。
She fucking latched onto that. Why is this serious now, a sister of mine? Actually, didn't this topic come up some time before? Right, it was when we went to Tsubame's room. My conclusion at the time was, if I remember, probably someone I feel comfortable being around.
安らぎる子。
Yeah, someone who I can live the rest of my life with. That's a condition that has to be fulfilled even before taking into account whether or not I love them.
よくわかりませんが、なんだか兄さんがかっこよく見えます。ユウくん、こないだも同じようなこと言ってたね。
I guess I did.
なんや言う、ツバメに結婚してくれ言うてたやないか。
なんですと？ よお兄ちゃん。どういうことか説明してもらえますか、ゆうとさん、詳しく。そうよ、私のツバメに手出すとはいい度胸じゃない。
Yeah, on the knees and be pressing me for an answer, their rage radiating from their very beings.
もうツバメばかりずるい。やっぱり私とも結婚して。
Look, I didn't propose to Tsubame. We were just doing one of our usual little improv skits.
せやもうやからゆうくんああいうことはそんな言うたらあかんって言うとるやん。
Sorry.
でも二人ともまんざらでもなさそうな感じやったけどな。
もうお兄ちゃん余計なこと言わんといて。怒るで。
Next time you say something like that, I'll sew your mouth shut.
すまん。
とりあえずわかった。ゆうとはこれからもお友達、そしてお嫁さんにしたくなったらいつでも来て。ゆう、ちょっと芝居について相談があるんだがいいかい？
She forcibly grabs my shoulder. Sure? After that, instead of making me asking me that question about acting, she berated me and warned me greatly about what would happen if I dared to try and make a move on Hekiru. The bell rings, signaling the start of lunch.
起立で。
The usual lunchtime clamor takes over the room. The second Mizo finishes leading us. I stretch my limbs and think about what to eat, what to do.
泉ちゃんはバイト？うん。ゆうと、なんだったら買いに来る？
Sure, I guess I can. I guess I can have a sandwich.
ゆうくん、ね。
While we're conversing, a familiar face appears at the door and walks in the classroom.
ゆう。
Hekiru? Hikaru? She walked in with zero hesitation despite being underclassmen. Her brazenness really is incredible on so many levels. But well, that's typical Hikaru.
話があるんだ。二人きりでね。食事でもしながらどうだい？
The classroom was immediately abuzz at the famous beautiful girl's proposition to me.
わあ、すごい綺麗な子。ねえ、リンドウさん、あの子ってモデルのヒカルだよね。お知り合いなの？うん、この前お話ししたと思うけど、幼馴染なの。そうなんだ。すごいな。あんな有名人と幼馴染なんだね。
Even Mizo is awestruck. However, being the center of attention does feel rather uncomfortable. What is she scheming? Someone who knows Hikaru can't help but be wary. Hikaru, don't mind eating with you, but why alone?
それを女に言わせる気ですか？
Ah, that's one of the princess's lines. Maybe insensitive to ask, but there's something I wish to hear you say directly, Princess Elena. I instantly get into my role. In response, Hikaru meekly approaches me in the manner of the princess.
野暮は嫌われますよ。
Won't you say, please, princess?
意地悪はおやめください。言葉などなくても、私の気持ちはお分かりになっているでしょう。どうか、何も言わずにこの手をお取りください。そして私を、ここから連れ出してくださいませ。
Princess. I take Hikaru's outstretched hand and slowly pull her towards me. That alone caused the commotion around us to magnify. Girls' shrieking voices fill the room.
もしかしてあの二人って、そうなの？恋人とか。それは。そんなわけないでしょ。即興劇よ。お芝居。お芝居？
うん。こんなものかな。
Huh? Hikaru suddenly returns to normal and politely lets go of my hand. She looks at all the onlookers and smiles sweetly.
7月にチャリティーで劇をすることになったんだ。僕たちも出るから、ぜひ見に来てほしい。詳しいことはそこにいるツバメが知ってる。みんな、よろしく。
The class erupts into cheers after her message.
すごいね。ぐぬぬぬぬ。あんな人前でイチャイチャと。羨ましい。なんでもないわよ。まったく暑苦しいったらありゃしないわ。
ねえねえリンドさん、どこで劇をするの？
この近くの教会が主催しているイベントなんだけど。
そうなんだ。私絶対に見に行くね。
ありがとう、みぞちゃん。
Well, looks like we'll have one person there to see us at least. Honestly grateful for that. Tsubame and Izumi go around giving out the details to the rest of our classmates, so maybe we'll have more coming too. God, you're amazing. She knows what image people have to have of her, and she's realized how to use it to its maximum advantage. It's frightening just how much of an effect her presence made. Well, that'll probably prove to be a powerful asset in the performance.
じゃあ僕たちは行こうか。
What go where?
なんだい、僕がさっき言ったことをもう忘れたのかい？
The whole thing about us eating together, I thought that was just a setup for the improv.
あれは余興さ。話があるのは本当だよ。それでどうなんだいユウ。戦略があるというのであれば諦めるけど。
Nah, I'm free, so I don't mind. Oh, right, what were you about to say a second ago, Tsubame?
ネタ振ろうとしてただけだから。
Okay. Guess I'm not quite right about Hikaru wanting to talk to me alone. Maybe because it's something so characteristic of her to suggest. Okay, I'll come with you, Hikaru.
ありがとう。ツバメ、ユウは借りていくよ。
Why are you notifying her?
別に深い意味はないよ。
She glances at Tsubame and then reaches her hand towards me again.
王子様、エスコートをお願いしてもよろしいでしょうか。
Your wish is my command, Princess Elena. I humbly take her and we leave the classroom together. Thanks to the little improv, a new wave of shrieks are heard as we exit the classroom.
すごいね。
I don't know why, but all I can imagine is just like... like... In a way, Hikaru is really just like fucking just T-posing on Tsubame, just like, do something finally, bitch!
ちょっとツバメ、いいの？本当にヒカルちゃんにはかなわないな。私じゃあんなに盛り上げられないもの。でも、
リンドさん、ゆいばしさん？
なんでもないの、みずほちゃん。一緒にお昼ご飯食べましょう。
あれ？そのお弁当どうしたの？一人で食べるには量が多いよね。
ちょっと作りすぎちゃって。よかったらみずほちゃんも食べて。
Man, you really put on a show back there.
そういう割にはユウだって乗っていただろう。
Well, that's because I love acting. It's common courtesy to play along.
最近その礼儀とやらも悪くないと思うようになってしまったよ。
Oh, is your acting spirit starting to take hold?
さて、それはどうだろうね。
She chuckles and dodges the question, so I shrug theatrically. I often play along with Tsubame and Torakichi on our little improvs, but I never expected to do with Hikaru of all people. Though we make for a surprisingly good pair. I think she honestly enjoys the acting. She is similar to Tsubame in that regard. What's different is her acting ability and the feeling of exhilaration instead of the calm and comforting feeling. It's a new sensation though, so I don't mind it. So what do you want to talk about? Clear my head and bring up the issue at hand.
愛しい王子様と一緒に食事をしたいと思っただけだよ。
You're not usually one to joke like that.
ひどいな。冗談なんかじゃないさ。それとも、王子様は僕が相手じゃご不満かな？
Never said that. She proceeds to take out a lunchbox from her basket. There are a number of sandwiches neatly packed inside. Oh, this is new. I've never had a homemade lunch from you.
劇の件でもなかったら死んでもこんなことしないけどね。
Right.
やれやれ。ユウは何もないのに僕から手作り弁当をもらえるだなんてうぬぼれていたのかい？
I wasn't trying to. Having it denied is pretty depressing.
これも役作りの一環さ。劇の最中に間違っても勇気も近寄らないでとか言わないように免疫をつけておかないといけないからね。
Yes, it is pretty important.
ああ、毒を入れるのはなんとか我慢したから心配せず食べてくれ。
You really never change. I laughed sarcastically at her harsh comment. I'll go ahead and have a bite then.
遠慮せずに食べてくれ。
Take out a fairly typical egg sandwich from the basket and put it to my mouth. Put them in my mouth. Bite into it and slowly chew. Sweet smell gradually enters my nose. Did she buy this bread from Easybee's workplace? The egg is perfectly soft-boiled and the butter and mustard are perfectly balanced to accentuate it. It's delicious. Quickly swallow it and take a ham sandwich next. The ham is somewhat thickly sliced. There's some good quality ham too. The refreshing taste of the cucumber and lettuce accentuates the ham's flavor. Next, the potato salad jam sandwich. Various ingredients have been used as garnish and further enhancing the flavor. Take a little break after filling my stomach. Yeah, it's all great. You do a good job, Hikaru.
そうかい。
You can cook, that's for sure.
信じてなかったのか？
That's not what I said. Well, truthfully, I didn't think she'd be this good. Sandwiches seem easy enough to make, but it takes quite a bit of skill to make them this tasty.
でもそうか、うまく作れてたんだな。ヘキルも今日の朝ごはんおいしいって食べてくれたよ。
She informs me of that with a beaming smile. She's always focused on her sister no matter what the topic's about. Smile's so bright that I unconsciously avert my eyes. Speaking of which, how come she's not with you today?
お弁当を置いてアンズに頼んできたよ。喜んで引き受けてくれた。
Using little sister as a babysitter, are you? So considering how much she adores her sister, there must be a reason she purposefully didn't bring her along. Perhaps she wants to discuss something that she doesn't want Hekiru to hear.
ほら、これも飲むといい。
What? What's this?
温かいお茶も欲しくなるかと思って用意してきたのさ。
Man, you really thought of everything.
暑いからやけどしないようにね。
She pours some tea from the pot into the lid and hands it to me. But it's just as delicious as the food. I really misjudged Hikaru.
それで改めて聞くが、君はツバメのことをどう思っているんだい？汚いな。口に含んだものを吹き出すな。
I wonder what this was all about, but after being hit with that random question, I reflexively do a spit take. So this is what you wanted to talk about.
もちろんだ。それにツバメだけじゃない。泉もそうだ。さっさと答えを出すべきだ。ヘキルとの婚約は昨日破棄しただろう。
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess I can certainly see why she'd want to discuss matters involving my love life in private. Frankly, I'm at a loss for how to respond. But Hikaru doesn't wait for my answer.
友達でなら、なんて、めめしいことも言っていたね。
I was cowardly.
紐の切れた風船みたいにフラフラされては見苦しいからね。さっさと誰かと付き合いたまえ。
That's a pretty demanding request right there.
じゃないと、またヘキルがユウと結婚したいなんて言い出さないか不安で、枕を高くして眠れないのさ。
I understand where she's coming from. At the same time, it's a very unfair request, considering if he knew who he wanted to go out with, he would have already said so. This shit is a very delicate situation. Okay, I think I understand how you're getting it. What you're getting at now. It's very Hikaru-like reasoning, that's for sure. But can't really approve of trying to sway someone's emotions for your own selfish benefit like that. I answer with a sincere gaze. It's probably a bit hypocritical of me to say, considering how I've delayed responding to their feelings for so long.
そういうところは変わってないんだね。うん。さっきの物言いには謝罪しよう。
Okay, good. She realizes the error of her ways. Now she's the one directing a sincere gaze my way. For a few seconds, we simply stare at each other. Still what?
君はそろそろ答えを出すべきだと思うけれどね。
The chime signaling the end of lunch rings right as she finishes speaking. No, we both look at each other without moving for a little longer.
さて、教室に戻ろう。 授業に遅刻すると壁炉にいらぬ心配をかけてしまう。
Kata stands and walks towards the rooftop exit without turning back. A decision. Watch Kata retreat as a ponder what those words entail. It's lunchtime.
ああ、腹減った。みんなで飯にせんか？
お兄ちゃん。
Hey, Torakichi, rare to see you come into our classroom.
たまにはええやろ。一人飯も味気ないしな。
Oh, so you had no one to eat with.
たまたまや。
Well, it definitely feels better eating with people. Thanks to all the practicing I've been doing with everyone as of late, it's become particularly obvious to me.
でいう、昼飯はどないする？
I'll probably just go buy a sandwich from Izumi's place.
ゆうくん？
Tsubame, do you?
ゆうはいるかい？
All of a sudden, Hikaru walks through the door. Excitement spreads to the classroom as it did yesterday.
ひかるちゃんだ。劇頑張ってね。応援ありがとう。ご期待に添えるように頑張るよ。
Mizuho is among those squealing and shrieking. Is she a fangirl too now?
それでゆうは
I'm over here.
あそこにいたのか。話し中にすまないね。大丈夫だよ、ひかるちゃん。
なあ、ただ昼飯の話をしてただけやし。
So what do you need today? Does you want to talk to me again in private about what we talked about yesterday? Seeing my blatant wariness, Hikaru smiles and reassures
大
me.
丈夫。この前とは別件だから安心していい。
Oh. But then what would you need me for?
何？ゆうに劇の練習に付き合ってもらいたくてね。正確には僕のキモいもの鍛錬と言ってもいいが。
What an awful way to put it. Yeah, I know I'm gross and nasty, but if you're gonna build resistance to that, then I'll need to build up resistance to some on my own.
ほう？例えば？
Say for example being propositioned to by a princess. The moment I say that, her expression does a 180. Tsubame catches her breath while Hikaru wears a graceful smile beside her.
王子、お食事をご一緒していただけませんこと？
The girl's watching all squeal in delight. Here we go again, but so be it. Her acting spurs me on, activating a switch within me. It would be my pleasure, Princess Elena. I lightly put my hand on her waist and draw her near in a grandiose display.
もういけませんわ、王子。このようなところで。
She stiffens for a moment, but despite averting her eyes, she pinches my palm. Ow, ow! My apologies, Princess. You're simply far too captivating. I did not mean to shame you, so will you forgive me?
お上手ですこと。ですが、誰にでもそんなことをおっしゃってるのでは？
I've not spoken like that to anyone but you, Princess Elena. Do you not trust me? Also, could I please have the pleasure of kissing the back of your hand? I grasp Hikaru's hand with my pinched one.
王子ったら。そのようなキモいことをおっしゃってないで。参りましょうか。
Go character! She brusquely shakes my hand away. With that, Hikaru's demeanor returns to normal.
すごい素敵。
Can you see the suffering? I can sure see it.
やれやれ。二人ともようやるわ。
Whoops, looks like we got caught. No, we caught the whole classroom's attention again. But our little improv also serves as practice. This Hikaru is getting revenge in her own way. She's fired up and I quite like it.
その顔、来る気になったのかい？
Of course I'm a man, so I won't back out.
言うじゃないか。
See you later, guys. I'm gonna go with her for a bit. After informing Torakichi and Tsubame, I get up from my seat.
いってらっしゃい。
Tsubame waves me goodbye and I respond in kind.
行こうか。
Does the rooftop work for you again?
そうだね。静かなところであればどこでもいいさ。変なことをしたら悲鳴をあげるからね。
I'm not gonna do anything. I value my life, so I'd rather not test that and see what an awful fate would befall me. Accompany her and leave the classroom. Clover des.
渡せなかったな。
うん。
ため息なんてついてどうしたの？
なんでもあらへん。さ、ワイらはワイらで昼飯にしようか。
Cloverです。
はい。王子。私もあなたを愛しています。生涯あなたと添い遂げましょう。
Okay, I'm gonna end the part here though, so I hope you guys enjoyed this one. See you next time. Bye bye. Hold on, Tsubame gets serious. Oh lord. Intriguing and exciting. Can't wait for tomorrow, even though I have work tomorrow, so there's a chance I won't record. Oh boy. Bye.